What's up guys, Brad here.
Deb here.
And before we get in today's video, we want to show you something. Deb, you want to let down the garden gate there? So that netting right there that we have up to keep the deer out, when that's on the ground, what will that do, Deb?
It will trip you. It will trip you. It will make you look like you have drank a case of beer, and neither one of us drank beer.
All right, so we've really been enjoying the garden here out on Piney Grove now that we're living here full time, and got more time on our hands to, work in it and enjoy the benefits of it. But we wanted to show you something real quick before we go over to the house and give you a little update on that.
Look at these watermelon. I mean, seriously, y'all, look. Just look. Just look. They have taken over. They're greedy. They take over their row, and then they take over extra rows. But look, are you kidding me? Look at that. We've got two species or varieties. We have these, and I don't want to step on any. And then we have the round ones. So last year they were good, and this year I think they're going to be even better, but they'll take over a garden. So when you grow your watermelon, do you just let them do their thing? Because a friend of mine said, his grandfather said, I think to only let two vines go. So do y'all prune them back, or you just let them do their thing? Because we're letting them do their thing, and they're going to overgrow the whole garden.
So we got a surprise, I think yesterday morning we were in the garden picking, and I noticed one of the cantaloupes had detached from the vine, and they really didn't look ready. They kind of looked still a little green. They weren't like that yellow color that tells you that it's ripe. But anyway, it was detached from the vine, so it was as ripe as it was going to get. And we took it inside and cut it open, and it was the best cantaloupe. It was so sweet, had the perfect texture. So we've got a lot of hope that the watermelon and cantaloupe will do good this year. But you just never know with a watermelon. We've tried all the different tests to try to see when to pick them, and we've read up on them, and it just seems to be kind of just roll the dice, and maybe you pick it at the right time, and maybe it's sweet and maybe it's not. So we're going to do a video all about the house build and the mistakes we made along the way, just to kind of help people that are about to build a house or thinking about building a house, and just kind of share our thoughts and what we learned along the way. But a lot of you noticed something about our house, and we're going to fix that today. So I'm going to go in here and get that. But before I do, I ran to Lowe's today because we were there the other day and we saw they had a deal on these cobalt shelving units, and they were $100 off. So we had Deb's car. We couldn't bring them home. So today I ran out there and I got 3 units so that we can get better organized out here. But the reason I'm coming in the Mega Shed is I've got to get something that's going to fix one of the things we got wrong on our house. So a lot has been going on with the house build that we haven't showed you just because we've been so busy moving. It's 1 hour from our old house, and we've been going back and forth. It's been super, super hot. It's been a lot of rain and everything. We put out a video of us moving some furniture in a week or so ago, but that doesn't even begin to touch the amount of work that we've been doing. And one thing about YouTube and filming is if you want to get something done, you got to turn the camera off. Otherwise, you'll spend all your time talking to the camera, trying to get angles, trying to get shots, and then Deb will have to edit it, and we just have gotten way behind in getting you up to date on the house. But the house is basically done. We're waiting for a little bit of furniture, and then that's it. And we still have yet to have spent a night in here. It's funny because our builder said we are like unlike any other people he's built for, probably in many ways, but in one of the main ways is everybody is champing at the bit to get in their house, and we're just like, it'll be ready when it's ready, because we haven't sold our old house yet. So because of that, we didn't push him or anything, and we just let the process work, and if there were delays, we just weren't overly concerned about it. So there's 2 things we want to talk about in this video, and one of them is a comment we got, and we knew it as soon as it happened, was we probably did not design this front door area correctly. So I'm going to turn it over to Deb.
We got some things really right on this property, and there are some things that we woulda, shoulda, coulda, and this was one of them. The original design for this house, the hallway or the entryway was a little bit different. So we could not have a side light on this door, which we've always had in our other homes, which was fine in concept. Well, as soon as it was built, we thought, well, this looks kind of naked. And we could have had the side light because we redesigned the entryway a little bit. But we didn't think about it after the fact. So it's built and we're thinking it's kind of naked looking. But then I had an idea. When we changed our door in our home in Panama City. And when we did, we changed out the side light. And I told Brad I didn't want to throw them away. That was our first home together. So we actually took the inset out of our front door from our Panama City home and the side light, and we had them framed. So like Brad just pointed to, that's the side light, but we kept the inset of the front door as well, and we framed that, and that will actually end up going inside the house. But I had this idea. I thought, this is naked and needs a side light. I have a side light. It just won't actually be letting in light, but it'll give the illusion of a side light. So I think it's going to take up the space, it's going to give the illusion, and it's going to mean something to us. So it's got sentimental value, and I think it's going to fit really nicely.
And so here it is. This is what I grabbed out of the mega shed. And we took this to Hobby Lobby. And like she said, it was the side light. And we have the matching centerpiece too that's going to go in the house as well. And we had it framed. And we had it sitting over top of one of the places in our old house sideways. Just as a decoration. It was just kind of a cool stained glass decoration.
Oh! He just pulled the head off my angel.
Pulled the head off of Deb's angel.
I think that's probably bad luck when you...
Was that glued before?
I don't know.
I think it was glued before.
It probably was. It probably was.
Wow. I mean, we moved that. Obviously, we moved it here from our other house, but I don't know how many times I've picked that up by the head and the head didn't come off.
Well, apparently you picked it up.
Sorry, Angel. This is where it will go. And we're probably going to raise it a little.
I think we want it centered on the door.
If you want to get back behind the camera and tell me.
Oh, get back behind the camera and tell them what to do? You betcha.
So where is it going to go? Even with the top of the door?
I think centered. Yeah, I like that. What do y'all think? Now I'm going to hold it and have you look.
So this is a 35-year-old door. So this is actually quite heavy as far as the glass.
It fits so perfectly in between these battens like it was meant to be here.
Okay, so you're going to pick it. Yeah,
I'm thinking.
Yeah, if we go the glass even with the glass.
Yeah.
Yep, the glass even with the glass.
Isn't that pretty?
We had a drafter and he ghosted us after about 6 months. We didn't get the final plans. That was delaying the build of our house. We had to hire an architect and we ended up with a really, really sharp architect here in Chipley, Florida, a few miles away from us, and he just suggested a lot of really nice changes in addition to the house. But as sharp as he is and as particular as we are, we totally missed this. And it's because the drafter originally said there wasn't enough space to put anything other than a plain door here because of the hallway. Well, we just kind of forgot about it because we were just all mixed up with the whole drafter architect thing that happened in the delays. And we forgot to go back and ask him if it was wide enough. So the hallway comes to about here. We could have put in a side light. We could have put in an overhead light as well. And then to add to the misery, we ordered the first door custom from Home Depot, custom color, custom everything about it was going to be, you know, you get 10 menu choices. We picked something for each menu. And when it showed up here, it was broke. In transit, they had cracked the side of the door. It was very hard to return that door because it was a special order. You couldn't just drop it off at the store. It was heavy. Her and I could hardly lift it. We had to use the tractor. So we got that one back. We walked into Lowe's and Lowe's had this one in stock. So you perceptive folks out there are right. The door does not do the house justice, but that was Deb's idea for the left side. We're going to hang that here live on video. While I'm hanging it, Deb is going to tell you about the story behind the eagle there. I don't think we've named the eagle, but Deb, tell them the story while I kind of get set up here.
He's quite majestic, though. He probably needs a name. I'm leaning towards freedom, but, you know, go ahead. What do you think we should name our eagle, our protector of Piney Grove? So Hurricane Michael back in 2018 hit Panama City. We took a direct hit. It was devastating, devastated the whole area. Still a little emotional.
7 years now?
Yeah, it's been 7 years since Hurricane Michael, but we evacuated last minute for it, and we're very thankful that we did. Our house survived. We took a direct hit, but our house survived by the grace of God, and I don't say that lightly. By the grace of God, our house had damage. It had a lot of damage, but nothing
You see, I'm
structural.
trying to, this is my cue to her because I wanted to say something. I was just watching either a news event or saw a picture or a map about hurricanes, and it showed the 4 Category 5 hurricanes that have hit the United States since 1891, and one of them was ours, was Hurricane Michael that hit Panama City, Florida. So just think about that. I mean, a hurricane can miss you by 10 miles or so, and the effects are night and day. You can go from like a tornado, total devastation, to, oh, you got a little bit of wind damage. We had total devastation.
Knew that it would be bad, but never could have guessed how bad it was. House took a direct hit. We were in northern Alabama. We really didn't think we were going to have a home to come home to. But as I said, by the grace of God, our house survived. I think we're the only house on our street that didn't take in water. We had damage, but our house was livable. So Chad Gainey is a local chainsaw artist from Chipley, Florida, and he is so talented. He used to be a school teacher, and he started doing this chainsaw art, and as you see by Freedom here, he's amazingly talented. With Hurricane Michael, there were so many downed trees, and the devastation was so widespread. We had a dog that had to go to Tallahassee for surgery, for a checkup after the hurricane, so we drove from Panama City to Tallahassee, which is an hour and a half away, northeast. So you're thinking the devastation will stop. The entire way we drove, there were trees snapped and bent. The devastation was so widespread, horrible in Panama City, but widespread everywhere.
Billions of dollars in damage in the forestry industry. And we talk a lot about Piney Grove, which we named based on the pine trees that were planted in a row here about every 7 feet or so. Because the soil is so poor, nothing else will grow. It's like brush, pines, and blackberries, right? That's all that will grow here. So a lot of the land around here is in planted pines that take 20 years to harvest, and billions of dollars of, it's for pulpwood or for lumber, billions of dollars of pines were lost from that hurricane.
So with the devastation so widespread, like the whole panhandle, nobody was really spared all the way. This thing, I think, was still a Category 1 when it hit Virginia. It was historic. But so many downed trees and just snapped. We were driving back from Alabama when we could get back into the state like 3 days later. And the closer you got to Panama City, so we got in Dothan, Alabama, and the trees started leaning. And then the closer you got to Panama City, they were just snapped, just like a giant came and flicked them like matchsticks. It was incredible. And of course, the closer you got to our house, the worse the devastation was. But with so many downed trees, it changed the landscape of the area. But Chad Gainey, retired school teacher, picked up his chainsaw and started doing this. He was taking those trees and he was turning them into art. So this is from a tree. Oh, it makes me a little emotional. So this is from a tree.
I thought that I was interrupting her when I was trying to find which end was up, and I was like, just keep going, babe. Just keep talking.
No, it chokes me up a little bit.
So I don't get choked up really about, I'm not an emotional person, but when we went through this hurricane, I mean, it's almost like Deb had to take the dogs to a different place. I went to our house. I lived off a generator for 2 weeks. And the emotions of not only seeing, our house didn't get demolished, but there was some damage, $200,000 worth of damage. And it's like every day was emotional. Like every day I talked to her on the phone, I talked to my friends, and grown men just crying, just weeping in the streets because it was that big an impact on all our lives.
And it's been 7 years and things are rebuilt and everything is fine. But you still drive by and you still see damaged trees that are leaning and trees are still falling. So the devastation is just, it's still there. And the emotions are still there. But the fact that we have something beautiful out of something devastating, right? We have this beautiful eagle that Chad Gainey carved for us. So I reached out to him and said, hey, I'd love to have an eagle. My husband's retired military. He works for the Navy now. I've worked for the military and I'm raised an Air Force brat. This would be huge for us and very symbolic for us. And he carved this specifically for us. And we were able to show up towards the end of that. And it means a lot. Every time we look at him, we see that you can get something beautiful out of something tragic, right? And also from that, a friend of mine had downed pecan trees. So Brad went and got the pecan trees, and I said, hey, I'd love for you to make me some crosses out of those trees. So he said, what? He's like, I'm not a woodsmith. And I said, you can do it. So he planed those trees. And again, something that was devastating. We got these beautiful, amazing crosses out of this pecan wood and some cedar wood too. And they're just, so it means more to us. So Freedom, or whatever you suggest that we name him, is very significant to us. We love him.
But Chad Gainey is a local artist, but he goes to, I think he's sponsored by Husqvarna Chainsaws or something. He goes to a lot of, my mic's up there. I hope it got all that. But Chad goes to a lot of these shows and does these carvings in front of folks, and usually sells it afterwards.
He did 2 seasons of Halloween Wars. So it was really neat to watch him up there carving stuff out of
pumpkins, right?
Yeah. So Chad Gainey, look him up. Super talented.
Yeah, we'll link
nice too.
His Facebook down below, because there was a big oak tree in a park in St. Andrews, downtown Panama City, and he turned that into an octopus because it had the limbs, the top had been cut out of it or blown out of it, or lightning or something, and the limbs that were left are the tentacles of the octopus.
Yeah, that's another really neat thing that he does. He'll go to people's homes. I mean, they'll hire him. He'll go to their homes and he'll carve out of trees that were broken, or existing trees. And he's telling me to shut up, basically. What he's telling me is he needs my muscle.
Yep, I do. So what we said was we wanted that to be even
glass, even with glass
to glass, right? And if you can hold that, I can just go ahead and drill it.
Is it?
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
You got the weight of it?
Too far?
Yeah, down here.
It's not a duck blind.
Yeah, not a piano. But you don't know how much it pains me to drill through our hardy siding, but what gives me a little bit of confidence is that it's under the porch, right? So water is never going to get here. But I'm shocked that
well, there's a bunch of metal back here.
Yeah, going up and down with that metal, that it scratched the outside of our house, which will be covered. I'm just kind of thinking about how much we paid, and we're going to do a video on that. We've got a what's called a profit and loss statement on the house. So we did a cost plus 20%. So whatever the costs were to the primary contractor, the general contractor, we paid him 20% for his effort. So we know exactly what it costs to paint this house, and it is amazing in a bad way how much things cost. But Deb, turn that around. I want to show them what we had to do to reinforce that, because that's so heavy. So we went into Hobby Lobby and we asked them to frame it for us, and they did a great job framing it. But because it's so long and thin, when we hung it sideways, we had to put these extra wires in it so it wouldn't spread that way, because it's been sideways in our house for, I don't know, 10 years or so. But now we're hanging it long ways, so I had to take these hangers and put them at the top. And then I'm also going to put 2 at the bottom. So I hate putting screws in the house, but I've got some stainless steel screws and some stainless steel washers. They should look good on there. My only fear would be that if I go in too far, I might hit an electrical wire or plumbing. But I know there's no plumbing here, and let's just hope I don't hit an electrical wire. But these aren't long enough, I don't think, to do that. But getting back to being busy, we have been so just overwhelmed with this move and trying to keep Piney Grove looking good, that last night we ate dinner. Go up a little bit. To put it up, I'm going to put a screw in it. So last night after dinner, we had about 2 hours before it was going to be pitch black dark. So we mowed the lawn last night. Deb was on the zero turn and I was on the Summit tractor with the 5-foot finish mower, and we mowed over 2 hours. And when we finished, it was pitch black outside. That's just when we were able to fit in mowing. And we thought, retired life, we would have more time to do things like that. But, between the rain and the house move and all that, you just got to fit it in where you can fit it in. What I'm looking for is even spacing. between this trim board and this trim board. You like
I'm
that?
not good at gauging, but I think that looks good.
Talking about hurricanes, I want to make sure this doesn't blow off. I'm going to put 4 screws in it. Okay, guys, we had some technical difficulty. We filmed the last couple minutes in slow-mo, and it was the most ridiculous footage you could ever imagine. But we got it installed. You didn't miss much. It was just the top 2 screws I got tight, and that thing is on there. I mean, it's really tight. We don't have to worry about the wind blowing it off. But we're gonna do the grand reveal here, and then we're gonna talk about one more thing in the house and remind you that there's a playlist on the house that shows the house being built from the bottom to the top, from scraping the dirt to putting the shingles on to laying the tile. There is a video for every part of this house. Well, there's one video that's missing, and that's the final touches. But all right, Deb, what do you think about your front door now?
I think it is exactly what I hoped it would be. You ever have an idea and you like really don't know, but you think, I love this.
The door is not quite in the frame, so I'm gonna
love this.
There it is, right there. That's what it looks like from the road, folks. And there's the side light, and there's, I guess Deb has named him Freedom, Freedom the Eagle. What do you think? Honest opinions down in the comments. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you love it? It adds a lot. Obviously, it's got some sentimental reasons for us for our first house together. And, but I think it changes it. It changes the look. I mean, if I'm being honest, I wish that we had a more grand looking front door, but we don't. This is what we have.
I think it looks nice. I think with the fake side light, and I think with the eagle, I think it's fine. I don't think it looks busy. We were going to do one of those big welcome signs, but the eagle is so spectacular that I like that better. I do have a little welcome sign. In fact, I'm going to grab it, and we'll figure out where if we want it.
Guys, this is real time. This is not our normal video where we do a lot of work and we do some sound bites and we're moving the camera a lot. This is more of the vlog type of video. And we'd like to know, do you like it? Do you like to see this type of video from us occasionally? We tried it a few weeks ago when we moved in the furniture, and we had some positive responses from it. And you know, if you like this is a little bit easier to do than the other type of video that we do.
But it could go there.
It could go there, or like you had that original idea, we could take that piece of cedar that we milled and go above Freedom's head to the top of the glass over there and have a welcome but smaller. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, either way, but we would like some type of welcome here, but I don't think this needs anything.
But I think for balance, and again, put your opinion down below or your comment down below. It doesn't mean we're going to do what you say, because we can't even figure out between the two of us what we're going to do. But I think something from here to here that's like that, but it fits right here, would be perfect. And that way you get the balance on both sides, and it won't be 2 side lights, but it'll give you balance on the front door.
But by balance, it doesn't have to be linear. So yeah, so we would like your opinion. What do you think about my welcome home sign? Or like Brad said, a long skinny welcome sign? Because I'm kind of liking the different.
That actually does kind of work.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about is the weatherability of it. Well, is that made for outside?
It's made for outside.
Oh, okay.
I think. I mean,
you see how it pivoted right there? Because if you ever need relationship advice, then the last person you should ask is Brad from Piney Grove. She's laughing because she knows. And you guys probably have figured it out too. It's a wonder. It truly is a wonder. We're coming up on our 15th anniversary, would it be?
15th anniversary, but 20 years
together. Right, but our 15th anniversary, and we both had been married before and had kids with other people. And but we have been together now more so than we have been with anyone else in our life, or almost getting to the point where we've been together longer than we were with our kids.
Yeah. Right,
because your daughters moved out when they were 18.
Yep.
So yeah, anniversary's coming up, and my anniversary gift to Deb is this house, right? So can you imagine what her gift to me is going to be? I gave her a house. I'm thinking I might get a helicopter or something, man. I don't know.
I think you got a house and a shed and a pole barn. That's what I
We
think.
already had them. That was last year.
Not the house.
No,
Unless you're not going to live in this
the house is yours.
Are you not going to live in this house?
The house is
mine.
yours.
The house is mine. You heard it. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm going to live there, but
No,
we'll call it yours.
no, it's mine.
All right, we're going to have to cut this video short. All right, we're not trying to be coy or sensational or anything, but we filmed so much B-roll and we want to do it justice on that final video, the details of the house. So we're going to show you, like we promised, we're going to show you two things. We've fixed the front door, but we've also fixed the closet. And we are pretty proud of this because we have about we have about $500 total into this closet. We had to pay.
Oh, yeah.
We had to pay for the install on that, and then we bought shoe racks and stuff. But the price of the house to build it, and we're going to get into that. We're going to do a video on the details of the house, and we're going to do a video on what it costs to build in 2025. We almost didn't build this house. It was so expensive when we got the first estimate. And so along the way, we try to whittle that down. And one way we did that was we said, we'll build out the closet ourselves. Because they were going to come in here and they were going to do just standard wooden shelves, like 1x12s or something with hangers. It wasn't going to be anything fancy. So we wanted something more than that. So if we'd had the builder do it, it would have went up exponentially. But Deb's going to walk you through what we did to save money on this, on the build out of this, and how we've only got $500 into it.
First off, everything in here is repurposed. These are all repurposed extra from the house cabinets that we didn't use, or we changed the size of the island and had extra cabinets, or they didn't quite get the order right and they sent us new cabinets. So all of these are the same cabinets that are in the kitchen and bathrooms. This as well. So this is all extra stuff. This is extra wood from the shelves in the existing closets. Then
So what that is, because Deb doesn't know the proper term, is that's furniture grade plywood that they made the shelves in the linen closet with, that are like 2 foot wide. So we had an 8 foot long by 2 foot wide piece that we didn't, they would have thrown in the dumpster.
we were going to do it ourselves, and thank the Lord that we didn't, because we called the cabinet guy Michael and he gave us a great price on installing these for us, and he did it in a fraction of the time. We'd still be doing it if we were doing it. Brad would still be measuring, I'm sure, to get it perfect.
And it's probably about $1,000 worth of extra cabinets.
Oh yeah. Well, Brad has started putting his stuff in there.
Look at my clothes. Look how neat I am. Look how neat I am. I did that yesterday.
And so,
And look how neat Deb is.
yeah. Well, so all the drawer space and the cabinet space, and then we ended up with this little cubby. So we did spend $50 on the shoe rack, which I have more shoes, but in the shoe rack we spent $50 on that. But honestly, I think we might have $325 in this closet.
All right, Deb, let me switch sides with you so you
Okay.
can talk about how we save money on this end of the closet.
So on this end of the closet, we had a walk-in closet in our Panama City home. Not this walk-in, a couple feet walk-in. And so we had a closet system in there, and these were on the side of the closet. So the closet system in the back is still in place. We left that, but we brought these with us this past weekend, and it worked out really well. So we got additional storage, additional drawers, and it filled in the space. And again, free.
Then we put the garment rods here, and they were leftover pieces that I dug out of the dumpster from when they used the long pieces on when they built our closet. So that is another piece of that plywood. And I was going to paint it, but Deb said we don't have to. But that's a piece of that cabinet grade plywood that I ripped down yesterday. And simple brackets in the wall that hold the hanger rods, and we weren't sure how many hanger rods, so we went ahead and put one on the bottom as well for pants. And that is our $325 closet all in.
It's crazy. I mean, we don't have all of our stuff in here, and it's not quite organized exactly how we'll do it, but we've got space. We've got space, and we did it for under $500.
And these closet packages, we were pricing them in Lowe's, and just like this one side here behind me, not counting all this nice cabinetry that was installed and screwed into studs and everything, but just, particle board stuff like this on one side was like $1,400. Deb was going to get a little dresser-like thing to put under here, And the dresser itself was like $120, and she wanted the drawers. The drawers were $50 a piece. So before, I mean, and this is stuff you got to put together yourself. So we would have like $400 or $450 into something that goes here, and we don't have that amount in the closet total. But that's going to do it for the closet, guys. We are really proud of this, saving money. We're going to give you a quick sneak peek of Deb's bathroom here, and then we're going to close out the video. Okay, Deb, make it quick. We want to make them come back for more next week. So real quick, here we go. And let me back the camera out. Boom.
Look at this bathroom. Isn't she so pretty? We're still waiting on some towels and some other.
That's it, babe. That's all they get.
Oh, that's all they get. Bye.